Hello, my name is Marco Baratta. I am an organizational psychologist, and I would like to speak today about the difference between some jobs, like the ones that scientists do, and everyday jobs like the ones that are being done in regular, let's call them organizations. And there is a difference. There is an important difference between research and scientific jobs and the ones, let's say, in a manufacturer or in a bank or any other organization that is out of the research field, let's say. Uh, I think that most of us want a job that blends with the things that we love to do. Now, it's very for the ones who can achieve this is are very fortunate. People that their jobs are in sync with their natural abilities or creativity or think or feel that their hobby they can make a profit out of their hobbies. There's situations in which this happens. Modernity had offered us an array of tools in which we can do that. For example, YouTubers who love to make podcasts and are very successful and make millions of dollars doing that, videos, all kind of topics, and they are not feeling like they are working, right? They are just doing what's fun for them. So there is an element in which this type of jobs lead to high levels of motivation. But before that, let's discuss science work. Science research work are those types of jobs in which an outcome is not really defined specifically in most of the cases, because research is about finding the answer. So you don't know the answer when you start a research. Whether you're a chemical engineer or you work doing some research of molecular research, let's say, or atomic research, or you're an archaeologist and you're looking for some missing puzzle in a specific history of time, or you're a paleontologist and you are excavating some new bones and you don't know what it is. So this type of activity doesn't show you what is going to be the end. It doesn't show you what is the final outcome. Whether a job like an accountant, for example, they know exactly what the outcome will be. Or a manager, by that matter, they know they have some KPIs or indicators or some sort of signs or objectives that they show if their work is going well or not. But scientific research, for example, they don't. They have the instruments, they have all the technology, but you don't know going to happen in the future. And you cannot, if you apply this model to organizations in which you don't have objectives and you will just work to see what happens or what you find out, well, you'll find some struggling, because organizations are based on certainty and research is based on uncertainty. So there are two poles different, but there is one specific element in which standard organization must apply from this type of jobs, and there is a skill variety. There is nothing that kills more an employee than a monotonous activity across time. And if you have that stress, if you add up long hours of work, and if you add up bad management skills from their bosses, so you make a nightmare of the workplace.
Because the mail never stops. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. There's never a let up. It's relentless. Every day it piles up more and more and more, and you gotta get it out. But the more you get out, the more it keeps coming in. And then the barcode reader breaks, and it publishes clearinghouse debt.
So what happens in the research field jobs is the variety of situations in which they will develop their jobs is very broad, very high. And as there is no certainty of what they will find, there is no monotony. So there is no, every day is different. Every day is something new that they're going to find out. Something unexpected is going to happen. So in a regular organizations, this type of what organizations are trying to do is kill uncertainty. They want to have certainty. They want to have control. They want to have certainty of outcome. They want to be certain what next month is gonna look like. Well, there is something that is bad news for them, is that nowadays, as it's been the last 10 years maybe, consumers are more volatile than before. And markets usually make some twists that are unexpected. So this type of organizations, go fuzzy every time this happens, because they want internal control. And it's not that internal control is a bad thing and the structure is a bad thing. Actually, it's a good thing to have good controls and good organizational structures that gives order in the workplace, and that gives a platform in which plans could be developed in the future. But if you stuck on this just all the time, you will die as an organization. You cannot work just for those controls, because if you do that, if you implement this type of culture, what you will doing at the end is killing the probability that your employees will add up value to their work. You are demolishing growth, and you are demolishing not just the growth of your employees, but you are demolishing the growth of the whole structure. It doesn't matter how monotonous by nature a work is. Your challenge is to move this employee from that zone in which this employee could add value. And to add value, you have to kill monotony. You cannot add value in a monotonous work. It's impossible. It's mutually exclusive. So that's why one of the famous motivational models from Hackman and Ullman puts skill variety of one of the important components of motivation at work. And also, if you have heard the theory Mihaly, I don't know if I pronounce it well, that speaks about flow theory, in which when skill taps exactly with the challenge required, there is some alter conscious states that emerge from that geometry, let's call it, from those contingencies, and the people on that cross in which skill is in tune with the challenge, lost sense of time or consciousness, and people can be for hours without noticing that hours have passed in that activity. So at the end, the purpose, the goal of an organization is put their employees on those type of states. So if you're so proud about your organization that is in high levels of controls, and you have a policy for everything you do, and you have all the systems running smoothly, well, there is something that is being sacrificed for that. So you better check out what's going on internally at the level of employee morale and motivation, because probably those are the things that you are sacrificing in an overly controlled organization. So to finish this little talk, science works, this type of jobs of research, the ingredient that makes them special is that non-monotonous skill variety by nature approach that emerges from those type of activities. And that's why scientists can pass hours in a lab in a flow state without noticing that time has passed. If you can put your employees on those states, your business is going to explode, believe me. That type of development, of course, needs to be at a certain point, and I hate this word, but I have to say it, control, because overly exposing your employees to, you have to be prepared, because growth is going to happen. And one of the key points to make this happen is getting engaged of how employees feel about their jobs, what is lacking, what contributions are not making, and what are their obstacles for those not to happen. You need to do your work, your homework, given that this work is done by an HR specialist or the manager or the CEO, but this has to come from the top. If this approach doesn't come from the top, it's not going to work, never. So you need to getting engaged on those conversations, because it's very easy to, let's not say easy, but comfortable, let's say, to talk about, for example, vision and objectives and all those sort of things, and trying to build a company identity with activities and all those sort of things. But if there is this connection between those values or whatever you're promoting as company identity and what is going on in the job, you're losing your time. You're losing your money also, because it's highly costly to all those programs of that want to create corporate identity. Those are not expensive, cheap programs. They're expensive. They require a lot of design, time, effort to put them. And it's not that I'm not valuing them, but if the other part is missing, it's just a loss of money and time. Now, if from within you engage employees, and you have that vision from your company, you create a special chemistry at work. So with this, I end this little talk. If you like the conversation I had with you, give a like and subscribe to my channel. Once in a while we'll be uploading this type of content. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.